it's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books, and here we are with another post for #MarchMysteryMadness. So today I thought I would bring you a few of my favourite series. Might not have heard of all these, there might be some that you're interested in. Yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking. So I'm sure you've all heard me banging on about Hamish Macbeth and Up in the Scottish Highlands, and it's by MC Beaton. Just a couple of examples. We've got Death of a Cad, Death of a Gossip. Quite a lot of these out now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's about 30 out, and you don't have to read them in order. It's nice to read them in order, I'm trying to, but they're very difficult to get hold of some of the earlier editions. And also don't forget to go and look at my post on the free giveaway that I'm doing for March Mystery Madness, because there are 2 Hamish Macbeth going free. Bit of a cosy, nice in Scotland. Next one, another cosy series, is the Daisy Dalrymple series, and this is by Carola Dunn. So for example, Sticks and Stones, Dead in the Water, Damsel in Distress. Lovely, just feel good, cosy crimes. Daisy Dalrymple is a writer and photographer. She's doing a series on stately homes. She's actually from the aristocracy herself, and she's doing this, going around the country doing pieces for a magazine on stately homes. But there's always a murder wherever she goes. So yeah, I wouldn't want to spend much time in her company, would you? Next one, this is the latest in the Frey and McGrey series. This is historical fiction by Oscar de la Muriel. This is the 4th in the series. Book 5 is due anytime. I'm not sure of the date of that. A bit of paranormal in here as well as being historical. Really good reads, really good series, and yeah, look out for that one. You've probably heard me talk about that many times. Angela Thirkell, not one that's overly spoken about for the era, but I've got here 2 examples: Wild Strawberries and Pomfret Towers. These are not truly a series, but if you look for any Angela Thirkell books, they all tend to take place in stately homes. So Pomfret Towers is in Barsetshire, seat of the Earls of Pomfret, and yeah, they're set in the 1930s. They're quite witty, they're quite tongue-in-cheek for the time. And this one, where is this? This is on the wooded estate of Rushwater. First published in 1930, sparkling romantic comedy. I've got about 4 so far, and they're stunning covers. I mean, they're really gorgeous covers. But yeah, nice cosy crime set in the 1930s. Good mystery plot. Don't mention them really that much, but they're a really good read, worth looking into. Then we have Cleeves. We've got a couple of examples here: Thin Air and Dead Water. This is the Jimmy Perez Shetland series. Anne Cleeves does do another series which you might like, is the Vera Stanhope series, set in the northeast of England. I'm not that keen on her character, so yeah, I'm not bothered with that series, but it's worth you looking because you might like it. But I love this Jimmy Perez. I love the character. I think I've got 2 more to finish the series now. Has been made into a BBC drama over here in the UK. She's an excellent writer, Anne Cleeves. She does do some standalones as well as those 2 series. But you get the atmosphere of the Shetlands, the different islands up in Scotland. And yeah, Anne Cleeves, very good author. What have we got next? Oh yes, we'll look at Martin Walker. So we have Death in Dordogne and Black Diamond. These are by Martin Walker. They are Bruno, Chief of Police. And I first started reading Death in the Dordogne and I couldn't get into it, so I put it down for a while. And then David read it and he said, "This is, I think you ought to give it another go. This is getting really good. This series is getting really good." And I'm really into it now and I'm enjoying it. And I really love Bruno, the character Bruno. And they're getting more and more dark and gritty as the series is going on. I don't know if we're up to about book 7 or something like that now. The first started off giving you an insight in how the police and political systems work in France. There are different arms to the police service than we have here in the UK. They have the gendarmes, they have the chief of police for each village, they have the like the travel police. Can't think what they're called. Don't know if they're the gendarmes or there's another branch. And then there is something like a bit more like the Secret Service type thing, a lot higher up. And it started off where we've got they're not cosy crimes, but you've got generalised crime that was happening in the area and somebody was stealing somebody's apples or the truffles or something along those lines. Now we're getting further along the series, it's getting a lot more dark and gritty and more international involvement really. Very good series, it's worth having a look at that. So that is Bruno, Chief of Police, Martin Walker. Now, a series I've not spoken about really before is the Clifton Chronicles by Jeffrey Archer. Now, a couple of examples. Best Kept Secret. And the first one in the series is Only Time Will Tell. Now, David and I have listened to these on audio, perhaps a couple of years ago now, and really enjoyed them on audio. And recently there was an offer where they got a new edition, all in the same covers. And what I love about it is they've got the numbers on the spine. I think that's great. I wish everybody would do that with series, because I mean, I've got 2 in the bookshelf, number 2 and what have you. I think there's 5 in the series. And I just like that, because sometimes don't you struggle to find what order to read a series in. So this starts off in 1919 and it's the epic tale of Harry Clifton's life, and it takes place in the back streets of Bristol, and very much about the shipbuilding industry, and it's historical fiction. It's a family drama. As the series goes on, we swap between the UK and the States. Very, very well written. I think Jeffrey Archer is, a very well read, very knowledgeable gentleman. He used to be in the government. It's part of the government in the UK. There's been 1 or 2 scandals around him, and he's an excellent author. He wrote like Cain and Abel, and I'm trying to think of the first one. No, Adam and Eve comes first, but I can't think what the very first one starting that series was now. It'll come to me. Thoroughly recommend this series. I've not mentioned it before. and yeah, I think it's worth giving it a try. Very atmospheric of what it was like round the docks in those times, and you know, around the war years and First and Second World War. And then finally, I thought I'd show you this. I think it's a duo so far. I'm not sure that it's gone on beyond that, I don't think. And this is the Axeman's Jazz. Just seeing what year this one, the first one came out. 2014, this one came out. So we have book one, which is the Axeman's Jazz, Ray Celestin, which I've read, and it's really good. It was a 5-star read for me. And Dead Man's Blues. I haven't read this book too yet, David has, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, what a snap there. 1919, the book one starts. It's based in New Orleans. You get very much the feel of the time, the atmosphere of New Orleans, the jazz link with it. It can be a little bit, it's quite dark and gritty in places, this, but absolutely keeps your grip to the end. Yeah, it's and we've got the Pinkerton Detective Agency, and that, I don't know, I've just got a fondness for that because our surname is Pinkett, and often when you put it in, you know, when you're writing along in your phone or wherever, and autocorrect always swaps it to Pinkerton. Drives us crazy. But anything that says Pinkerton on it, I know there's some children's books out now called, there's a Pinkerton in children's books, but this is the Pinkerton Detective Agency. It's got Louis Armstrong in, the very famous jazz singer Louis Armstrong. He's the character in there. Can't praise this highly enough. It really blew me away. It's a very complex plot. It takes you down all sorts of alleyways. Now, book two is based in Chicago. We've moved on a little while, 1928. In the summer of 1928 in Chicago. We've still got the Pinkerton Detective Agency, but they've been hired to locate a missing heiress. And after a gruesome murder in Chicago's violent Black Belt, crime scene photographer can't get the dead man's image out of his head. So I think this will probably be a touch gruesome as well. So not for the faint-hearted, these two. So if you don't like anything that a bit gritty, a bit dark, then perhaps this isn't for you. But thought it'd make a change to highlight this this series, because really can't wait to get to book two. There we go then. That's a few of the mystery series that we've got on our shelves and we love. Let me know if there's anything down below that you'd like to read or you've read, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.